What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Miles from the bloggerevolution.com, and today we're going to be talking about Beehiiv. This is going to be a full review. I'm going to give you exactly what I like about this program, what I don't like about this program, which you'd be surprised. There's a couple of things that you're going to want to know before you get started, and most importantly, we're going to go over how this platform is actually pretty awesome. If you do want to give this a try, be sure to check the link down in the description, bloggerevolution.com/letter. Try it out. Let me know what you think. If you do sign up using my link, I will, number one, would be greatly appreciated, and it will be at no additional cost to you. But number two, I will send you a free blogging cheat sheet. If you haven't gotten it already, be sure to let me know. If you sign up using my link, use the link down in the description. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into Beehiiv. So for those who might not be aware, I'm sure you know what Beehiiv is at this point, but it's an email newsletter platform allowing you to really focus on the growth of your newsletter. And it doesn't just have to be a newsletter. It can just be an email, right? Newsletter is kind of this, fancy way in which we're calling it, but you're basically going to be trying to build up your newsletter, finding ways to monetize it with display ads, with affiliates or your own products, whatever it happens to be. This will be like a direct competitor with like a ConvertKit or an ActiveCampaign or Aweber or whatever you happen to be using. But I'm settling on Beehiiv. I want to specifically show you one reason why, and it has to do with the pricing. All right. Now, if you were to go with like an ActiveCampaign, if you were to go with a ConvertKit with a list of over 10,000 people, you're going to be paying a lot of money. We're talking close to probably $300 per month just to manage that particular list. However, with Beehiiv, it's not like that at all. They have a grow plan, which will let you do up to 10,000 subscribers for only $42 per month. That's pretty crazy for everything that they do give you within this platform, especially with a lot of the growth tools that they have as well. And if you have more than that, you can do the 100,000 for only $84 per month. Now, this is a yearly thing. If you put it on monthly, I think it goes up to $99 and $49. But it's not that bad. I would gladly drop whatever this is. I think this will be about $1,000 or so, so that you have to use it and you don't have to worry about it again. Where if you're paying ConvertKit or any of those other places, $200-300 per month, that adds up really, really quickly. They also have a $0 launch plan, which is kind of limited, but you can at least get stuff going up to 2,500 subscribers, which that's a lot of subs, right? I mean, if starting off a niche site, if you are just trying to gather emails or whatever you're doing, trying to get your email up and running, it might take you a little bit to get to 2,500 subscribers depending on your niche. And the fact that you can do unlimited sends with web hosting for your newsletter, it's pretty outstanding. So I definitely at least give it a try with the $0 one. I literally jumped in immediately with the scale because I wanted to do a few of the things like the A/B testing. Priority support's nice when you're first getting used to a new program. And they have this thing called Boost, which we'll get into later in this video. But the premium subscriptions is nice as well. You can actually charge people to be on your email list and just create some type of offer that makes it worth it for them. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? It can be $2 a month. $5 a month, whatever, and then you can send them extra information, once a week or something like that. You can have premium subscriptions. You can immediately monetize with that as well. All of this is within Beehiiv, which I think is pretty outstanding. You do have an enterprise, but depending on how many subscribers you have, you probably wouldn't have to worry about that. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump now into Beehiiv. So far I've imported about half my list because I wanted to try it out first before I went full force with it. I'm going to import the rest of my list probably later on today or tomorrow. But as of right now, you see I have around 8,000 or so subscribers. I only sent out one email so far and almost a 30% open rate, which is pretty good. I like that. The click-through rate's not that great, but to be honest, it didn't have a lot to click on in that email. But I mean, still, 1.7 is not terrible. The fact that 1.7 out of the 27% clicked on it, that will give me a pretty decent click-to-open rate, which I think would be around 8 or 9% if I'm doing the math immediately right. So this is the kind of information that you can get at a glance, which is really, really awesome with it. Now let's go ahead and zoom in over here to the side, and I want to show you a lot of the different things that Beehiiv has to offer. That's not where I want to be. Here we go. So the name of my newsletter is called the Marketing Pulse. All right. If you're going to start a newsletter, I definitely recommend doing it something off-brand, because you want the newsletter to kind of stand on its own if you can. I know I talk a lot about SEO, blogging, affiliate marketing, all of that fun stuff. I didn't want to kind of pigeonhole myself to just talking about SEO, so I went with marketing. That way I can talk about anything. And so keep that kind of thing in mind when you're starting your newsletter. But if there's a notification, let's jump over into Write. So under Write, we have post, content tags, and automations. Automations is something that's relatively new that they never had before, but now you can actually set up like a welcome sequence with people as they join your email list. You can watch a tutorial on how to do it up there. But this is really nice to intro people to your list. That way they're not just immediately getting the newsletter as you're going through. You have content tags. So this is kind of for your website. As you're creating content, you can tag it as to what that is about, so that when people are on your website reading your newsletters, they can click on the tag and see everything that has to talk about affiliate marketing or blogging or whatever niche you happen to be jumping in. For posts, here's where a lot of the magic happens, man. Posts are pretty awesome when you're writing. Let's go ahead and like just start a new one. Just so you can see now this is the scale plan. This one is a little bit more upscale for what you can do with everything else. But with the scale plan, you get this nice little thing. It's very similar to WordPress. So if you're used to WordPress and writing in Gutenberg, this is going to work out just fine for you. You hit the little / and you get all of these options. We're talking about headings, embeds. If you have any premium features, like if you're going to be advertising for another newsletter, doing some cross promotion, you can create those things and within a couple of button clicks have the whole little modal or the widget or whatever in your email, and it looks great. Very nice, very professional. Really big fan of how this works out. You can create templates so that you can, once you've created a template for your email, all you have to do now is just pull back that template and you just kind of fill in the gaps. So the setup is the setup, and once it's set up, you're basically ready to go depending on what email you are sending for that week. You can do certain email settings. You can set up how you want it to look on the website for the slug and everything. You can set up the SEO, so you can do the meta description and the meta title. Some additional things, you can do open graph stuff for Twitter. If you're posting this on Facebook or LinkedIn, you can be very specific with how it shows up. And then delivery, you can choose if you want just premium subscribers to get it, if you want all free subscribers to get it, manage audiences. You can get pretty granular with how you want people to receive this email. That way you can break things up and make premium offers and just really have fun with it. So really big fan of this. It automatically saves, right, when you do stuff. So you don't have to worry about clicking the save button or making a change and then worrying, oh, what am I going to do now? It's really, really great there. That's just the writing portion of it. So really a big fan of that. When you go to the grow section, we have the referral program. So if you have a referral program, you can have people refer your newsletter to other newsletters. So if someone is on your email list, if they refer someone, then they can be counted as for that person that they referred. I know that probably didn't make much sense because it didn't make much sense to me. But what I'm saying is if someone's on your email list and they get their mom to subscribe, that counts as a referral for them. And you can create a referral program. So if you refer 5 people, if you refer 10 people, I could set it up to give them certain perks, whether it's like merchandise, whether it's a free course, whether it's a PDF. And you can set up emails that automatically send when those things happen. So it makes the process very, very simple. All right, so next up we have the recommendation section. Now this is a pretty cool section. You'll be able to, where it says here, curate and share your favorite publications with your audience. So if you're subscribed to other newsletters that happen to be using Beehiiv, you can set it up to where when someone subscribes to your newsletter, they will automatically be presented with the choice or the option to subscribe to these other ones. But here's the cool part. It keeps a running track of it. This way, these people, when they're using Beehiiv, they can see that, oh, this newsletter is sending a lot of people here, and that newsletter is sending a lot. And then you can work with them and they can recommend you. So it ends up becoming like a give and a take. But anyways, next up, let's go to magic links. Now, this is a cool thing too. You can set up these links to where one click, people will be on your email list. They don't have to input anything or anything. It's already there. And it makes it a lot easier for you to continue growing your subscribers because these are one-click subscribes. Next thing up is the boost section. So what I'll do is up here is I will click on explore offers. And here you can, they will have a ton of different other newsletters that are actually paying per subscriber. So I can either pay to have my newsletter pop up here, or these newsletters can pay me when I send them subscribers. So I can make money and take money as well. And you can search offers. So if we're in we're doing marketing, right? So I can do the marketing space. And now I have all of the newsletters that have to do with marketing. Like Today in Digital Marketing will send me $2 per subscriber down here, up to 1,200. So if I had like a huge newsletter and I hit send and 600 people or so from the newsletter join this newsletter, I would get paid $1,200 from one email, which is pretty crazy that this is the case, but it works out. Some of these are a little bigger. This one was more willing to pay $3.20 per lead. And they know this based on how much money they are making from their email list. So they know how much they can actually put there. So here is where being niche, in my opinion, would be a lot better, because if you're niche, then it'll be more apt to specific people, and you'll be able to make a little bit more money that way. But this is pretty cool. Like, I haven't seen any other platforms that do anything like this. I know ConvertKit's trying to do something similar, but they haven't quite gotten there yet, and they don't do it at a very cost-effective price either. So that's what the grow for the boost and a monetization section is for. Here you have ads. So once someone approves you to promote their stuff, or they promote yours, it will automatically pop up in the advertisement section. Or if you have upcoming placements, you can actually add if you have procured any other types of advertising with other providers, you can put it in here as well. That way you can keep track of what your monetization for each email that you are sending out. If you have any premium subscriptions, this is a big deal as well, because this is where you can monetize your email list immediately. I would say I wouldn't jump into this until after you have at least a few hundred, maybe 1,000 or so subs, but from there it makes a big difference. Let's now, you got the partner program as well. So this is just the affiliate program that Beehiiv has as well. Now, when you go over down here to audience, they do have subscribers here. I'm not going to click it because it's going to show up all of the email addresses, but it just gives you an idea of what's going on with each one of your subscribers, what emails they've opened in the past, if they're active, all of that fun stuff. If you click on segmentation, this is actually a new thing that they just added recently that pretty much every standard email autoresponder has, but Beehiiv didn't have it because, they've only been around for like a year and a half, 2 years, but they're growing like wildfire because the popularity of newsletters is getting really big. But within the segmentation, you can, create segments of your email list and only send this email to this section of the list, or that email to that section of the list. That way you don't have to, as you bring people onto your email list, if they came on with one lead magnet and then you start talking to them about another one, there might be a little bit of a conflict there. But if you bring people on who are interested in guitars, you won't annoy the piano people, kind of a thing, because you can send just to the guitar people, and you can add this segment based on how they come onto your list. You can do polls. So this is a big thing. You put these within your email as well, and people can kind of, whatever poll that you need, but for the most part, I notice a lot of people use it so that they can figure out how good their content is. And if people like the content, they click, hey, I liked it. Or if they don't, they say no. Regardless, you can use that information to create better content because you know what your audience is looking for. You can do custom fields, you can create surveys, and you can create pretty much as many subscribe forms as you might need. So I have some for my homepage on blogrevolution.com. So I'll pull that up, and just to show you what it looks like. And I wish you could get a little bit better with the stylized view of it right here. Ignore this little thing. That's a tool that I use called Dashlane, which has my passwords in it. But regardless, enter your email. It works for what it does, right? And I have one there, and then I have one down here in my in the footer. But it works, right? It does what it needs to do. I wish you can get a little bit more stylized with it, but as of now, I haven't quite figured that part out. Maybe it's something that you can do. I'll have to get with the people to see if I can do that. Let's go back here, and then we have analyze, so you can look at your subscribers' reports. You can see what they're doing. It gets pretty granular here with everything, with subscribers, the posts that's sent so far. They tell you what country everybody happens to be in, how much people have unsubscribed, where they're coming from. This is really good information because you can see where a lot of the subscribers are coming from, and if that particular group of people are subscribing, right? And what are they doing? Are they opening up your emails? Which makes a big difference because you want to know if they're actually moving on with what it is that you're trying to get them to actually do. You can actually look at the post report as well, so you can see how people are reacting once they get to your website, if they're getting to the website, right? And then clicking on there. There's a learn section, so you have there's a big blog that they have. Hadn't quite looked at the blog, but this Beehiiv 101 is pretty interesting. It really breaks down a lot of different things that you would ever need to do within Beehiiv. Another thing that they have is this newsletter XP, which is a premium course that they have. It's I believe it's $1,000 or something, so it's a little up there in terms of price. And I think you have to spend, it's $9,999 or whatever. That's a bit much for it. I'm gonna be honest, I've seen the course. It's not, it's good. It's not like the most groundbreaking course. A lot of it is just kind of higher level stuff, but it's higher level stuff from people who have done it and are making a lot of money with newsletters. So that's that part right there. If you jump into the site here, you can see I only got one post so far. And it's worked out pretty well so far. This is a nice looking site that you can use just for collecting email addresses. Let's now go over to settings here, and hopefully nothing on this page will make me look weird. But anyways, you got the profile, notifications, password. The cool thing is you can't have multiple email lists or multiple publications is what they call it with this platform. So you can do that. You have the design lab where you can, make exactly how you want your different things to look within WordPress, or not within WordPress, but within your email. I say WordPress because it reminds me a lot of WordPress. But you can put your name, your social icons, how you want your L1s, L2, H1s, H2s, and things like that nature to look. Little quotes and lines and everything. It makes it look pretty well. You just run through it here. In terms of customizability, it's not terribly customizable. You can make it look pretty much any way you want, but there's nowhere here I can insert a video or when creating the template or anything like that. So that's a little bit of a drawback, but I'm pretty sure that's something they're going to be adding in the future. Images, content breaks. If you want your email list to look like or your emails to look like the Milk Road or Morning Brew or anything like that, you can make it look just like that. Two of those platforms I believe are also using Beehiiv for a lot of what they're doing there. You have the design lab, well, not the design lab. Let's go to, you can set how you want your website, how you want your colors to look. You can go to your analytics and payment accounts and all of that fun stuff. We won't dive into that. I will say this, a couple of the things that I wish that Beehiiv would do is that I wish I could put more videos on upgrade pages so that I can, try to sell those a little bit better. You don't have to use the upgrade page that Beehiiv has, but it is there for you to use, and it works out decently well if you actually use it, right? It's not as robust as an ActiveCampaign or a ConvertKit, but it gets the job done, and it's a very, very reasonable price, in my opinion. When we're looking at the price here, this price could go up 20, 30, 50%, and it will still be way cheaper than a lot of the other major ones that are out there. It makes me wonder what the other ones are charging for that Beehiiv is not. Hopefully if they ever do raise their prices, they'll let people who are grandfathered in to stick at the same rate, because this is a steal. I really do believe it's a steal. A few of the things that I do like about Beehiiv is you can do multiple publications with it, so you don't have to worry about having just one email address that you can use. You can use as many as you want. It's fairly easy to use. There is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you learn where everything is, it's pretty intuitive and it's done. Some of the training has the old version of how Beehiiv used to look, so that does get a little bit frustrating, but I'm sure they're going to be updating that in the future as well. And in terms of integrations, Beehiiv doesn't integrate with a ton of places, but it can at least integrate with Zapier. And if you integrate with Zapier, there are webhooks and things of that nature so that you can tie whatever happening in Beehiiv with other parts of your business, so that you can make sure that your customers are being treated as best as possible. So definitely recommend Beehiiv. Go ahead to bloggerevolution.com/letter if you do want to give it a try. They do have a free version, so you can check it out as well. If you do give it a try, be sure to let me know down in the comments as well, and I'll send you my free blogging cheat sheet that will show you exactly how to get a blog up and running and making money in no time. And I will catch you guys on the next video.